America is only going to win, is only going to survive, is only going to flourish if it gets it through its head that the parties mean nothing. Left and right mean nothing. Democrat, Republican mean nothing. Forget uniparty. That term's been around since Wendell Willkie. It's old. People think it's brand new, this concept of a uniparty. That doesn't even come close to explaining what we're looking at right now. America, right now as we speak, is being run by a shadow government, an invisible government. A group of people who basically came in and infected and parasitized and contaminated as a virus the Democratic Party. And through the Democratic Party, it has proliferated through its own mRNA, its own ideological proliferation and metastasis like a cancer. And it's gone to levels nobody even thought possible. And it opened the door to let in this squatter mentality. Understand what Joe Biden is. He's a squatter. You may have heard about this. He is put in place by the shadow government, but he basically is somebody who has no right to this position. They're telling you he got 81 million votes. And they say this with a straight face. And it's like somebody showing you some phony lease or some phony deed. But that might be a tad moot at this point. But understand, I look at him not as legitimate in the least. In the least. Oh, legally. Oh, sure. Yeah. There's color of title and all of that. And he's not a Democrat. The Democrats make sense. The Democrats used to be and stand for something a little bit more. The Democrats are about not being this ridiculous, this insane collection of pro-war, anti-family. I don't know. I don't understand any of it. But here is the bottom line. Donald Trump, you may hate him. You may hate his tweets and his ties and his yellow, his not xanthodermic. That would be yellow. It would be like his naranja, this orange. But whatever. I don't know. I don't know anymore. I don't know what people hate. I don't know. I don't care. And you're entitled to hate whatever you want. But Donald Trump is the GOP nominee. Let me go through this very, very carefully. He is the GOP nominee. Period. End of discussion. I don't care if he's in prison. I don't care if he's in a mental hospital. I don't care if he's on a desert island. He is the GOP nominee for 2024. Next, he best defines American ideology. Now, let me explain something. He's very basic. This is a guy who likes McDonald's and, Wendy's or whatever it is. And that's fine. That's fine. He understands the basics, the rubric, the fundamentals. He understands this. He poses an existential threat to the GOP. And that's why I love him even more. He's a double threat. Certainly to the left, but to these wastrels, these phonies who've done nothing, accomplished nothing. They can't even get Hunter Biden indicted. He is transformational. This is an incredibly important word. He takes the current state or whatever aspect of our I guess our politics, and he expands it to levels that many people wouldn't even consider. He can defeat the shadow government. This is the most important thing in the world to me. Is police state, intel state, shadow government, ruling class, invisible, whoever these people are, because they're not us by any stretch of the imagination. He will bury the FNC conservatives. He will bury the Fox News conservatives, these phony baloney Garden Club, African Violet Society nobodies who walk around and pretend by virtue of the fact that they are as legitimate. They are living in a world that might, put it this way, they're living in a form, I guess, of conservatism that makes Barry Goldwater look transcendental. I mean, these people, I don't know what they're talking about. I mean, they talk in this weird kind of they absolutely go nuts over Vic Ramaswamy's 10 points that starts off with God is good. What are you talking about? What is this? They make it sound like this is the most incredible thing I've ever heard in my life. My God, God is good. Capitalism is good. What? It's apodictic. It's abecedarian. It's nonsense. Donald Trump will bury these people. And finally, he redefines the political red pill. And let me go one step further. And I want you to listen to me very carefully. This is a part that drives my friend nuts. I am not the biggest Tucker Carlson fan. And when I say this is, I don't know if I like him. I don't care if I like him. I don't hang on every word. But the subject matter that he dares to address, I want somebody who can look at me and talk about the notion one day of geoengineering, because it's here. Who can look at the notion of the weaponization of weather as warfare. I want somebody who can look at me and treat me like an adult when you talk to the idea of extraterrestrial visitation, craft. This is as important for reasons that I don't even think anybody's even come close to, because it's still kind of quirky. Like, ooh, that's neat. Do you think they'll talk to us? Okay, fine. I want somebody who'll be able to handle the issue. You notice how nobody's talking about artificial intelligence? Nobody. I want to talk about the weaponization of weather. I want to talk about Lahaina, and I want people to talk about as many issues that might be considered normally conspiracy theories as possible. Then I'll know you're cooking on gas, because then you're over the target. I want you to talk about as many things as possible that Wikipedia, that I don't know who, that Snopes or whoever these other phonies are, that will find objectionable. Anything that CNN finds objectionable, anything that the usual suspects, then I know we're on it. Talk about HARP, talk about weather, talk about weather. If you don't think that weather is being, let me remind you of something. In April of 1997, U.S. Secretary of Defense William Cohen declared that there are terrorists at work who, and I quote, who are engaging even in an eco-type of terrorism whereby they can alter the climate, set off earthquakes, volcanoes remotely through the use of electromagnetic waves. This is 26 years ago. And he's saying that then. Now, let me ask you something. Do you think over a period of time we tend to get better at technology or worse? If he's saying that, and you know they probably told him, what the hell are you doing? But if he said that then, think what they're capable of doing now. Think about it. Think about it. It's the most incredible thing I've ever seen in my life. I can't begin to tell you how critical all of this is. So listen to me, and listen good. If you don't like Trump, tough. Hold your nose and vote for him. Pray to God he doesn't just give up, because we are being taken over by a cancer. And this cancer that has destroyed our beloved society needs a form of chemotherapy called Donald Trump. And you may not like that. You may not get it. It may cause you great forms of distress. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. I don't care. Hold your nose and do it. This country is at the nadir. It is at the bottom. And that squatter in the White House and this other band of intellectual ruffians are going to destroy everything. I don't recognize my country. I don't know what's going on, but I do know that there's something that we can do about it and we can fix it. All right, dear friends, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. And I ask you so much. I would love to hear below. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? As you comment, as you see fit.